let me put it very clearly. You have no constitutional right to endanger the public and spread a disease, even if you disagree. You have no right not to be vaccinated. You have no right not to wear a mask. You have no right to open up your business.
Wait, can I stop you? No right not to be vaccinated? Meaning if they decide you have to be vaccinated, we have to be vaccinated?
Absolutely. And if you refuse to be vaccinated, the state has the power to literally take you to a doctor's office and plunge a needle into your arm if the vaccination is designed to prevent the spreading disease. If the vaccination is only to prevent a disease that you will get, for example, if there's a disease that will kill you, you have the right to refuse that, but you have no right to refuse to be vaccinated against a contagious disease. Public health, the police power of the Constitution, gives the state the power to compel that, and there are cases in the United States Supreme Court.
So now that interview goes for a while, so let me bring you back to us here. Alan, those are some strong statements you made. Obviously, his reaction, a lot of people's reactions. Has your position changed since making those statements on that interview?
The statements I made on the interview were professional statements based on reading Supreme Court cases, not expressing personal views. They were I have strong personal views, but my constitutional views haven't changed at all. Having said that, I want to just pause for 1 second and say how important this debate is and how privileged I am to participate in it with so distinguished a conversationalist as Robert Kennedy. I, of course, knew his father. I had actually been offered a job to work with his father when he was Attorney General, but Harvard offered me a job and I decided to take it. I was a great fan of Senator Robert Kennedy, Attorney General Robert Kennedy, and I think I consider myself a friend of the Kennedy family, and I consider myself a friend of Robert Kennedy. I admire enormously the environmental work he's done. But on the issue of constitutionality, I am confident that this Supreme Court would follow a Supreme Court precedent from 1905 and would say if there is a safe, and that's crucially important, effective measure that could significantly reduce the contagious impact of a deadly disease like the current pandemic virus, that the state would have the power to either directly compel vaccination or, for example, condition young students coming to school on being vaccinated or people doing other things that might result in contagion being vaccinated. So, no, I haven't changed my professional constitutional opinion, but as Robert will tell you, we've had conversations offline, and he has persuaded me about a number of things relating to the health and safety and efficacy of vaccines. So I've learned a lot from our conversations, and I hope people will learn something from our conversations today. But the constitutional issue, in my mind, remains the same.
Let me start out by saying I don't agree with Alan's initial, and this is a very small disagreement because Alan and I have talked a lot offline, and I think we've come to a place where we really believe this is going to be a conversation, not a debate, because I think on most of the issues, we are in agreement. And he made the qualifiers when he came up, and he said, if it's safe, if it's effective. And I think those are the big ifs. That's the playground where this debate is really happening. And I think in the end, he and I would end up in the same place in that debate. I will make a minor dispute, which is the Jacobson case, which was decided in 1905, was not a case where the state was claiming the power to go into somebody's home and plunge a needle into their arm. Jacobson actually was a guy who was resisting taking a smallpox vaccine. He was from Cambridge, Massachusetts. And the penalty for not taking the vaccine was a $5 fine. So it was like a traffic ticket. He decided to take it. He had been injured in a previous vaccine, so he didn't want to take this one. He took the case to the Supreme Court. He lost, and the remedy was he paid a $5 fine. So I think there's a big constitutional chasm between, that remedy, which is paying a fine, and actually going in and holding somebody down and forcibly injecting them. And I'm not convinced the Supreme Court of the United States at this point would uphold that kind of law.